Hey VC, this is Ron. Thanks for joining me. I got a few recent finds to show, not too many, but the main focus of this video is I'm going to be making an announcement, and I'm going to be showing my new wave punk rock Arizona music collection. I'll be showing the 12 inches this time, and then next week I'll be showing some singles. And the news is, it was just announced this week that there is a new record label here in Phoenix called Slope Records, and they're going to be starting a reissue campaign of vintage punk rock 45s from the local area here in Phoenix from the 80s and 90s. And there's also going to be previously unreleased stuff in the series as well. So the first 45 is due at the end of this month in January, and it's going to be a band called Insurrection, and they never released anything back in their heyday, so this is going to be their first ever release. And it's two 1987 recordings, and it's going to be pressed on blue vinyl, limited edition of 1,000 copies. So there's going to be quite a few things coming out. So it's pretty exciting, and I'm going to flash on the screen a Google search, and that'll bring you to an article for the New Times newspaper that was just came out this week, and it's a reproduction of the article that I read. So this is it right here. Okay, so if you're interested, you can search that out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play Time Change by the Red Squares, and this is an original 1981 45. These are very much sought after. This is a legendary Phoenix punk rock new wave record, and came out in 1981, and these go for $400 or $500, and I got this at Bookman's for about $1, probably 10-15 years ago. So that was a pretty amazing find. So I'm going to be spinning Time Change off of this right now. Okay, we're going to get going with the albums, and I'm going to talk a little bit about some of them. A lot of the other ones I'm just going to flash through them. We're going to get going with Billy Clone and the Same, and they were amongst the first new wave Phoenix bands, and this record was released in 1979, and it's got 4 songs on it, which are Radio Noise, Asexual, She's So Primitive, and Pyro Gyro. This band's career was cut short as the lead singer overdosed in 1980. So the remaining members went on to form another band, which I'll talk about a little later. This record was co-produced by Mike Condello. The last song on here, Pyro Gyro, sounds exactly like Talking Heads. The singer could do a very good David Byrne imitation. The rest of the songs on the record he sings in his own voice, but for that track he's doing David Byrne, and it sounds just like a great lost Talking Heads track. It's pretty cool tune. So yeah, this is not real rare, but it's reasonably hard to find. This is Arizona Sounds Volume 3. And this has got a Billy Clone and the Same track on it. Don't Look Back. It's a ballad. So it goes well with the 12-inch, so that gives us a total of 5 Billy Clone and the Same songs that have been released. This is the Jetsons, and this is the band that was formed out of Billy Clone and the Same. It's got a 6-song EP. 1982, recorded in California as well as here locally in Phoenix, and was produced by Mike Condello. This band was a very popular Tempe club band in the early 80s. So those are reasonably easy to find. Okay, that was Red Square's Time Change. And this is a Red Square's album that came out of Italy probably 10 or 15 years ago, and it's got previously unreleased stuff on it as well as their 45. There's demos, live, stuff like that. Pretty lo-fi recordings. It's definitely sort of bootlegish quality. In fact, I'm not even sure about the legality of this thing, but nonetheless, it's still pretty cool. Okay, this is Blue Shoes. This came out in 1980. They were another very popular club band, and they had a female vocalist, and they were kind of pop rock, new wavy pop rock. So they had this 12-inch, and then they also released a couple of 45s. This is another KDKB Arizona Sounds local music scene sampler. And this came out in 1980. This is volume 4. And this has got a Blue Shoes track on it, Do You Realize? So that kind of adds, and that's not found on anything else. This is Tone Set, and this came out in 1982. This is early Phoenix techno, and comes with an insert. It's called Calibrate. It's a 12-inch. It plays 45 RPM, and it has 6 songs on it. They do some sampling on here. They sample Frank Sinatra, and they sample from Gomer Pyle, USMC, Sergeant Carter chewing out Gomer Pyle, and they just keep repeating it over the backing track. It was pretty groundbreaking for its day, 1982. This is I've shown this before. This is a Tucson radio sampler that has the Pills and which would become Gentlemen After Dark, and very popular Phoenix band here. And it also has the early Green on Red recording, the Surfers, before they became Green on Red. And this is Gentlemen After Dark. They were a very popular Phoenix band. This is from 1983. This 12-inch was recorded by Alice Cooper and Dick Wagner. And I like it, but I think it's a little bit overproduced. I wish it would have had more of their live sound. These guys rocked live. And this is a little bit more pop rock, but still quite good. And my buddy's name is on this album cover. Bruce Spangenberger. He handled their merchandise back in the day. So, yeah, this is pretty good. So this is the band that was originally known as the Pills down in Tucson. And this is Nouveau West, Scary, and this has got some members from the Red Squares on it. And this is the insert. This is their only release. And I used to know the guy that did the sound effects on this record. His name was Fred North. And this is a good record. These go for about $50. I think it's been reissued out of Italy. This is an original copy. And this is Killer Pussy. They were a very popular new wave band here, and they had a female vocalist, Lucy Lamode, and it's on Show Pink Records. This record came out in '83, and it's got a very explicit track on here called Dildo Desire. And they were very, they were kind of like a cross between their image was kind of a cross between the B-52s and the Tubes, you know, kind of that sort of wacky new wave rock. But the tracks on here are Pocket Pool, Dildo Desire, Pepperoni Ice Cream, Bikini Wax, Herpes, Toad Hop, Rockabilly Earwig, and Bikini Wax Walk. So this is their only 12-inch. They also did have a 7-inch EP, which I will show in my next video. This is the first national release by Green on Red. It was released on Down There Records, which was owned by Steve Wynn from the Dream Syndicate. And yeah, they were part of the Paisley Underground, and this came out in it was recorded in May of 1982. So this has got their early sound. Later on they would change their sound, go into more like a Neil Young and Crazy Horse sound. This is a pretty recent pickup that I got it. I got it about a month ago. This is a punk rock album that come out here locally in Phoenix. 1984, was recorded in late 83. And this is a really good record, and I read on the internet that originally only 100 copies of this sold. And there's the label, and here's the insert. And I guess the guy that owned the studio record label just busted out a box of these. I don't know how many he sold around town, but I heard that he sold a few anyway. So I got this still sealed, pretty damn good price too, from what you would expect these to sell for. So I'm pretty happy about it, and it is a really good, solid album. Their only release, and I know the guy that did the artwork on that cover, so he did a really good job of that. I really like that cover. This is Naked Prey, and I'd shown this before. They were a 2-sound band, and this is on the same label as that Green on Red, Down There Records. And this came out in '84, autographed by band members. This is Jagged Rocks on the Perimeter. This is a local release out of Phoenix. They were kind of like, if you remember the Georgia band Let's Active, they're kind of in that sound, kind of jangly pop rock. Really good, excellent, solid record. And they had some, I think they had some tapes and stuff as well, but this is their only vinyl release. This is a sampler from, I think this came out in 1990, I think it was. It's alternative bands. And here's the insert. This is an actual silk screen cover, a limited edition of 500 copies, and I got copy 386. There was a limited edition that were actually color silk screened. Those sold for $20, while these copies sold for $7. And the last one, I got a couple more. And this is Boot Beast. And they were originally known as Boot Beast Carnival. Just an excellent alternative. This is from 1990, so it's kind of got that sub-pop alternative rock sound to it. It's got 4 songs on it, and it's on Boot Beat Records, released here locally in Phoenix, and pretty good record. And this is the last one I'm going to show is the Gin Blossoms, and this is their small label release out of Tucson before they got signed to A&M. and hit the big time, and it's called Dusted, and it has alternate recordings that it has the original recordings of songs that they would re-record later, and it also has stuff that they never did re-release. And it does have Hey Jealousy on here, that was the big hit, and so it has the original version of it on this record. And so I wrote down the information here. I'll just show it. These go, I think these can go up towards $100, and I got this for less than 20, so I got a really good price on it. So, Gin Blossoms, Dusted, and it's on the San Jacinto label, if I pronounced it right. Oh, I got a couple more things to show, my recent finds. I did get the 50th anniversary Kinks Face to Face, and this is the US pressing on Sanctuary. And I've read a lot of forums and stuff on the internet, and it seems like there's some doubt whether the UK pressings of this are analog. A lot of people think they're digital. This is confirmed to be analog. It sounds awesome. Out of a possibility high rating of A+, I would give it an A. It doesn't quite sound as great as you would hope, but it's close. And as far as Kinks recordings go, it may sound the best possible. So yeah, it's in mono, and really clean pressing. It sounded really good. The downside, there was a little bit of paper scuffing in one area on one side. It was like right here, it was like a little scuff. And honestly, quality control was not at its best, because I'd read online that a few other people have had that same problem. The record itself sounded super clean, good pressing. The cover's kind of cheesy. I wish they had done a little bit better quality on the cover. I mean, if you're going to do something like this, go all out. Do it right. Collectors are going to pay for it, you know. It should have come with a lined sleeve, which it didn't. I think that would have helped with the paper scuffing issue. So it's a good release, but it could have been better. And the last thing I want to show is a 45 by the Hobbits. And this is the band that would be on the Decca label. And this is their very first release. And it's pressed on styrene. And Frodo Lives would be reissued, I think, on a different label. And then the Jolly Good Fellow on the B-side is only found on this record. And it's on the Czar label, 1967. Kind of UK, British pop psych sounding record. Nothing great, but supposedly these are pretty rare. I read online from some seller that sold one years ago, he was claiming that only 100 were pressed of these for promotional purposes of getting the band a big major deal in California. I don't know if that's true, but I got this cheap enough, and it's near mint, so it's pretty cool. Alright, that does it. Yeah, I hope I didn't bore you guys too much. I know this is kind of not for everybody, but I know there's at least a few you guys out there that would be interested in this. So if you're still here with me, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time. Remember, part 2 of the 7-inch stuff is coming up next week. Take care.